It's not huge, and I pray that it does not get huge.
How many sluts you miss? How many M's you want? She know good for me, but she make me feel at home. Damn, I really want my shit. I'm running to see like Al Capone. Know why she keep on calling.
YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy, Wavvvy, man, and I'm back with another video. And as y'all already know, season 2 is in full effect, baby. Yes, sir. For those who don't know, you've been living under a rock, or you're new to the channel, I had a set of locks that I decided to comb out. It's actually playing right here behind me. So if you haven't checked that video out, go ahead and check that out. I had a full head of locks, and I decided to comb them out and restart. The reasoning why I restarted, I made a video on that too, so you can check that out as well. I'm not really gonna get too deep into it, but to hit the main points, it just wasn't a set that I was happy with. And I wanted to try a different set. And as you may know, with locks, there's only a couple things you can do if you want to get new sets. You can't necessarily get new parts. You can't necessarily get a different lock size without having to do the most extra steps in the world. So instead of cutting my hair, I decided to just comb it out, so I maintained the length and was able to go ahead and start again. But in this video, we are going to be talking about some of the things I did the same, as well as some of the things that I did different. And there are some major differences that I have decided to make, and my TikTok comments, my Instagram comments seem to, agree and disagree at the same time, which that's how it is with everything. I mean, politics, hoop, who's the GOAT, whether or not, Wavvvy AD is Mount Rushmore of the dreadhead community. But hey, it is what it is. It all comes down to personal preference. We all didn't grow up watching the same cartoons. We all didn't grow up, liking the same team. So everybody has their own opinions, and that's the whole thing about your lock journey. It's your opinion on what you want to do. So don't feel like you have to tend to other people's beliefs or switch up because this is what's in, this is a trend. Like that's not how this stuff works. It's all based on what you want and what you prefer and what you think is best for your lock journey. With that being said, man, if you are new to the channel, man, please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 100K. I cannot wait to hold that 100K flag. I'll probably get a tattoo of it somewhere. Like, we need to make that happen. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button, as well as leave a like at the end of this video. And if you really want to, stay locked in, hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. All right, so for the first part of this video, we are going to be talking about the things I am doing differently. There are a few of them. There's not a lot. There's not really a lot that you can, do differently in a lock journey. I mean, technically there is, but for me personally, there wasn't much I wanted to change. There was only a few things I had to alter, and those are the things I decided to do, and those are the changes I made. And if I say anything that you agree with, let me know in the comments you agree with me. And if I say anything that you disagree with, let me know that I tweaked out. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the most obvious one that has been pointed out in all of my comments and every single video that I've made, and it's my part size. So my part size I decided to go with is like a medium. They're not small and they're not large. They're like a good medium, right in the middle. Because you have people that have 50 or less locks, and then you have people who have 100 and more locks. I consider 100 or more small. I consider 50 or less large. Anything in between, I'm going to consider that a medium amount of locks. I have a total of 75 locks. A lot of y'all been waiting to hear that one. I have 75 locks, and I think it's a good medium. I know I said in my last video I was going to do like 100, but realistically, bro, I wasn't trying to have a lot of locks again. And that's what it comes down to. Like I said, at the end of the day, personal preference. But there are some benefits to having bigger parts as well. One, less retwist time. So I used to sit down for a retwist for so long, bro. Imagine somebody having to retwist 130 locks. Sit there, part, retwist, part, retwist, part, retwist. I get there are people that go fast, but it's not a process that's gonna happen fast anyways. you're gonna be there 3, 4, 5 hours, especially if you're getting like a style or something. But at the end of the day, I would try to sit down for super long retwist sessions. Other reason, there's less reasons to have to combine your locks, whether you're, doing congos or whether you're, crocheting them together. You'll have no reason to do that if you have locks that are a good size. Skinny locks are always gonna lead to thinning locks over time, just because of the weight, especially on your edges. Whenever you get, your lining, your taper, they're gonna start getting, nicked and cut, and year by year, they're gonna start thinning, then your tapers get bigger, yada, yada, yada. Next up, we are gonna talk about the next obvious part, my middle part here. So I decided not to get a full middle part. So if you look, it does not go all the way back to the back of my head. Some people get a middle part and it goes all the way back, or it goes all the way back to the middle of their head. I decided that I want the illusion of a middle part, AKA I only got it in the first 2 rows. But the main reason I got a middle part is because nobody wants hair in their face 24/7. Especially if you're over the age of like 21, 22, 23. There is no reason you should have hair in your face. More than likely you have a job or you're going to school or something, and you need to make eye contact with people in the world. You need to be able to see where you're going. You need to be able to like interact with people.
Ay, güey, no mames, what the fuck, ¿cómo puede ser esta verga?
Well, I'm not gonna sit here and talk to somebody that got hair in their face and I can barely see them. Like, don't get me wrong, like it's cool to a certain extent. Once you get to the point where your locks are like shoulder length, you're gonna hate having no middle part, bro. Like, it's a fact. And then people who have like bad skin, you're gonna get hella acne on your forehead from the products and the sweat and just the hair that's rubbing on your forehead and your face all day. If I didn't have a middle part right now, bro, I'd have a lock right here in the middle. You know how dumb that would look? I honestly used to be a middle part hater. You probably can find a video of me talking about a middle part.
Oh man. Oh man.
I used to think they were like corny and all types of shit, but like after having locks and after experiencing it, a middle part is definitely a must, definitely a need. Because like I said, you want to be able to split your hair evenly. You want to have, 2-strand twists and like your parts right here. You got hair going this way and hair going this way. Like, you're going to look goofy, bro. Like, let's be serious and let's come to the agreement that middle parts are, a good thing. The next one, starting with longer hair. So obviously in my first lock journey, bam, I decided to start with super short hair. So my hair was like, I could bring it down to like my eyebrow maybe. And I got the same starting method, which was the comb coils. And as y'all know, I got fried, bro. Like, literally, people was in my comments on my heels all day, every day. Like, it was something I couldn't escape. And it's still something I can't escape. Like, people go to those videos every day. I still get new comments on those videos all the time. Still frying me, even though it's been 2 years, bro. But like, I get it though. I would have fried myself too. So, I understand. But the main reason why I started with longer hair, just so I can maintain some length. So I already start with hang time. Number 2, less jokes. There's still gonna be jokes out there. Like I had somebody say they was earthworms, they look like worms, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. They're starter locks. They're, you gotta trust the process at the end of the day. This is part of it. When you go to college and you go hop into a frat or something, I know it's not supposed to be legal, but like hazing or whatever it's called, when they make you do some goofy shit, you do it and then you're in. That's basically the lock journey. When you start, they're gonna make fun of you. They're going to, get on your heels. They're gonna fry you. It's unavoidable. Unless you get like instant locks or something. But still though, they're still gonna fry you because your shit gonna be hard and like, stiff. No matter what, it's part of the lock journey. When you first start your locks, they're gonna make jokes about you. But this is gonna be less jokes since I do have longer hair. I don't necessarily know yet, but I feel like there's gonna be less unraveling. I haven't had any of these feel like they're gonna unravel or anything like that. Whenever I had my shorter ones, anytime I would sweat, anytime I would, fall asleep and not, have my locks land in the right direction, it would start to unravel. I feel like they were easy to unravel when they were shorter. All right, so the last thing that I am doing differently is I have a front taper this time. So last time I did not have a front taper. I had to force my front taper and it just led to thinning locks and yada, yada, yada. So now that I have my front taper, I can carefully cut my hair because I do cut my own hair. and I can enjoy the front taper look. It's not huge, and I pray that it does not get huge. That was like one of the first things I did when I combed my locks out. It was give myself a front taper. So that kind of concludes the differences. I have a middle part, I have bigger parts. I started with longer hair, and I have a front taper now. Those are literally the main things that I am doing differently. If you see anything else that I'm doing differently, please point it out. I might be overlooking anything, but just drop a comment down below. And like I said, if you disagree or agree with anything, drop that down in the comments as well. I like to see the other point of views. I'd like to, you know, argue with you. I like to debate. So let's hop over to the other side of the spectrum and let's talk about the things that I am doing the same. So things that I'm doing the same. So number one, we are gonna go with my parting style. My parting style is random. So I still have the random parts. I tried to do brick parts. I said I was gonna try to do brick parts, and I did. I'll drop a video right here. I wasn't rocking with the brick parts. I'm not gonna lie. It just wasn't for me. And to give you an insight, my girlfriend does my hair. My girlfriend started my locks. She retwisted my locks the whole lock journey. She did every style. She learned how to do it. She didn't go to school for it or anything like that. So if you got a girlfriend, tell her to step her game up. But anyways, so we done went through some trial and error. So bricks it don't look right for me. Like, I don't like how neat it is necessarily. I don't know how to describe it. I just don't like the brick pattern. I don't like the grid pattern. I think it looks good on other people, but me personally, I just didn't want it. It's kind of like, you know, looking like box braids, if you know what I mean. Like, it hit different. The random parts definitely hit different. The free parts, natural parts, whatever you want to call them, scatter parts, they hit different. Next thing I'm doing the same is the starting method. So the starting method that I'm doing is comb coils, as you can see. And this is the starting method that I did last time. The only difference is my hair is longer. Another thing I'm doing the same is I have the same exact haircut. I didn't switch up my haircut. I like the small mid taper I have right here. I don't plan on going any higher. I don't plan on going any lower. I just added the front taper, and I did re-add the back taper. I do have a slight back taper, but yeah, that's the main things I can point out. I'm sure there's little micro things I probably can point out that I'm doing the same or I'm doing different, but the things that came to mind are the ones that I just listed here. So like I said, if you disagree with any of those or you agree with any of those, feel free to drop them down in the comments. We can argue, we can talk about it. You know, I probably have some goons out there that can argue with you as well. But at the end of the day, we are all one big lock community. We are all one big family. So at the end of the day, you know, I and you are me.
You.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
I am me. He's me. And I'm you.
And let's get along. Let's just have some fun with it, man. That's the whole point of this lock journey, is to have fun, trust the process, and learn something about yourself. Learn something about the people around you, and to help others that are new to the community. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. Anything you want to do, you put your mind to it, you can make it happen. That's what I got for y'all, man. If you like the video, make sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Last thing I gotta say to y'all, man, my OGs already know what I'm about to say, so go ahead and say it with me, man. Make sure you join the wave, and make sure you stay wavy, man. Gang, gang, gang.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.